Good evening, good afternoon, good night to all my listeners across the world. This is one AAA podcast. That's one absolutely African American podcast. And I'm your host, the Hypocritical Cynic. You can book me at one AAA podcast at gmail.com for speeches, life coaching, writing muse, writing assistant, anything above the board. If you want to hear me speak on a topic, you can just contact me in the description at one AAA podcast at gmail.com. If you pull if you pull something from the show and you have the means to donate, any donation will be appreciated. You can do that at Cash App. That's one AAA podcast TX on Cash App. Surely appreciate that. After you book me, of course, go down, look in the descriptions for Vic, coldest producer since T.I., Why Do We Lie? If you need anything from one song covers to mixtapes, all the way to full length albums, he got you. Even that's music, but in the realm of film, he got you on that too. If you want a professional media skit, a professional social media skit, or a full length 3-hour movie, just bring your skit, your actors, your script, or just bring your idea and he'll take care of the rest. Contact him in the description. When you get through doing that, of course, go to Dirty Kicks. If you're looking for any shoe, it don't matter. Color, size, release date, classic, current, it don't matter. Go to Dirty Kicks on Instagram. That's DIRTYKICKSSS, 3 S's. Holla at him, he got you, whatever you need. And Vic contact information is in the description, but his contact is Vipushupfilms at gmail.com. With that being said, we're getting straight into the show. I tried to upload this show earlier, but some kind of way YouTube made a mistake trying to upload it, so here we go again. But the topic of this show is the franchise tag. We're not going to talk about all the racism. We're just going to talk about the facts as I see them, because it's my show. But before we do that, of course, we got to appreciate Young Nick, Mr. ENC, for making that art, beautiful art right there. When he hollered at me, of course, I'm going to put his whole name out there. He may have signed it, may have not have signed it, but we're going to work on that later. But the franchise tag. Now, if y'all go look at, if y'all Google Dominique Foxworth, he has a publication called The Undefeated. And he has a 2016 article about the franchise tag that better explains the franchise tag. I'm doing it a disservice right now, but I'm going to give you my ideology, my understanding of what's going on. With that being said, shout out to Dominique Foxworth. Appreciate you. But with that being said, we're going straight into what I feel. I feel like it's already proven or disproven. It's a fact. We could look it up. The franchise tag actually saves billionaires money. The franchise tag actually saves billionaires millions off the backs of the newly rich or the futurely poor. Newly rich because most of the NFL is derived from, disenfranchised people, my own people. And then futurely poor because the average NFL career is 3 years and they go broke in 4 years. So within that third year, they've already ran through all their means. The only thing they have now is their credit that they use to borrow on that fourth year. So 3 years and you out. And the billionaires, remember, a billionaire is somebody who has 1,000 millions. So they saving money on the backs of people that's going to be broke within 5 years. That's it. That just ain't right. But the subjects that we're going to talk about today is Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, and Dak Prescott, all proven NFL quarterbacks. All three of them have brought teams that was fledgling and put them in the playoffs. All three of them. Let's see. Let's talk about Dak first. I'm just gonna go in depth on Dak because we all seen that the Cowboys made him an offer, a long-term offer, but the money is what's in question, because he wanted the years or the money to actually match his efforts with his output. Look, we downplayed that he played under a rookie contract. He played out his entire rookie contract. He was never given a chance to update his rookie contract, even though he outplayed it in the first season. The entire league recognizes his skills and would actually pay for his talent to the tune of what he wants. And Jerry Jones knows that. Let me prove it right quick. The 30-year, 5-year, whatever he was going to get that Jerry Jones offered him that he rightfully declined, that was just to make Dak Prescott the interim quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Officially. Unofficially, he is the interim quarterback for the Cowboys, because the Cowboys offered that contract to him, so when they find the face of the franchise that they want, they can actually trade Dak Prescott to another team. So Dak built them up. Now they're ready to ship them out. Let me prove it. It's sad to say that the proof will be in the future, because right now Dak deserves a new contract, deserves a contract of his choosing, and Cowboys won't pay it. But as soon as the Cowboys have a chance to find a quarterback that they want to be the face of their franchise, they will release Dak and pay this new guy. And he's most likely going to be unproven. I just hope he's not in high school right now. I hope they don't try to franchise Dak Prescott for 4 or 5 years. I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't. You know, Jerry Jones is his team. He can do what he wants with his team, but that's just not right. It really ain't right. They gave him that many years and that much money in the deal, so that deal can be traded to another team once Dallas finds a team, the quarterback that they want to face their franchise. It's just the same thing in corporate America. Everybody knows it. You train somebody, next thing you know, you out of there. Or you get too good at your job, you don't get your promotion. You get canned. So it's the same thing going on in the NFL. It's bad. Let's see, as a comparison, Kirk Cousins and Ryan Tannehill both have contracts with chronological longevity and fiscal longevity, both of them. Ryan Tannehill, it don't even matter where he plays. I don't think Ryan Tannehill cares where he plays. But he got, fiscal compensation, and then he got tenure also. So he don't have to worry about being traded or cut or released, anything like that. He was compensated. Now his gameplay, we're not going to put in question, because I don't watch enough sports to even say what they do. But Kirk Cousins, even though he has not had an unprecedented season, unprecedented game, unprecedented throw, unprecedented run in the playoffs, nothing about him is unprecedented. He'll admit that. Kirk Cousins will admit that nothing he did is eccentric, but he has the most prolific contract, fully guaranteed in the NFL. That's the first time that's ever been done. But nothing about him says he should be the first anything, because he was never the first anything. But with that being said, it's kind of hard to understand what's going on with the aforementioned quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, he had an MVP season, and was the best recorded season of a quarterback ever. Just ever. Whoever your favorite quarterback is, they never had a better season than Lamar Jackson. Just ever. Deshaun Watson, he brought a franchise that was in the mud, reeling, crying, begging for people to play for him. He brought them from the mud to the playoffs with a bad owner. And I say he's a bad owner because of us as fans. Y'all see the Texans right there. Because us as fans, we're going to be dedicated no matter what kind of garbage they put on that field. It doesn't matter. One point they had the defense, didn't want to pay for the offense. One point they had the offense, didn't want to pay for the defense. Now we had the offense and almost the defense, and we trade one of the best receivers in the league. I'm only going to use this word one time in this show right here. Y'all correlate it how y'all want to. Trading DeAndre Hopkins was pure racism. And don't throw Bill Bryant under the bus because the owner didn't. The owner didn't release him. So that you know that decision had to be okayed by the owner. Bill O'Brien is the general manager for us to argue about. But if the owner didn't like the general manager's or the head coach's decision, he had every right to put him out of the city. And nothing about Bill Bryant says he deserves another chance. Not in Houston. I mean, he's probably a great football mind. I don't keep up with what I seen in Houston. I mean, I don't even watch football, and some of his plays are boring. You can almost telegraph what plays coming next, and I don't even play ball. But like, I'm not gonna get on the GM and coach who is Bill Bryant of the Texans. I want to get on the sportscasters who understood Kirk Cousins getting the first guaranteed contract, totally guaranteed contract in the NFL, but question if Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, or Deshaun Watson deserve a large contract right now. So all you guys, I'm throwing y'all under the bus. Because when Ryan Tannehill and Kirk Cousins got these contracts, a few of y'all understood these contracts. A few of y'all was against these contracts. I understand that. But here's my problem. Watch this. Did anybody ever ask Ryan Tannehill to be an all-pro, win playoff games, be dominant all season, and possibly win a Super Bowl before he got that contract? The answer is no. He tried to justify his team paying him that much. Let's go on to Kirk Cousins. Did anybody, I'm talking about pre-contract signing, did anybody ask Kirk Cousins to be an all-pro, win playoff games, be dominant all season, and possibly win a Super Bowl? No. No, you didn't. Not even good Shannon Sharp asked him to do that. But what he did was understand these people getting paid what they're worth. That's what the franchise tag tries not to do for a certain demographic of people. It attacks longevity and max payout. It's not fair to these guys. If they deserve that money, I think you need to talk to, NFL arbitrators to see what players make as far as revenue sharing and everything like that. It makes the contracts go up. But to hide behind a franchise tag, which is, I ain't gonna use the word, but to hide behind a franchise tag to not pay these people what they deserve, that's not American. It's not. Let's say they tried, with that being said, they tried to actually remove a certain type of player from the NFL, But let me just say one more thing about Dak. Dak Prescott has already outplayed Tony Romo as a Dallas quarterback, and his career just started. Tony Romo got $100 million. I'm not talking about what he got for the broadcasting. I'm talking about he got $100 million when he was in Dallas. You and I and the rest of the league knows he did not deserve $100 million. But it was explained back then that revenue sharing, being a part of a prolific team, he deserves that money. Now Dak, apples to apples, has already outplayed Tony Romo, outplayed his rookie contract, and outplayed even the notion of being franchise tag, because he is a franchise quarterback. You need him for years on to keep your team straight. But since they don't want him to face the league, be the face of the Dallas Cowboys, they have him on an interim basis. That's bad. But just as Dak Prescott feels like he's fledgling as a starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, I'm a fledgling Dallas Cowboys fan. If it was possible for them to be relegated to a lower league for these shenanigans, I would sign off. But like I was saying before, they actually tried to take a certain type of player out of the NFL, for certain kind of hits or certain kind of gameplay, And it's bad that they actually tried to, put that onus on football players instead of upgrading their safety equipment. Because if the safety of the NFL is paramount, they have to implement better safety equipment. And with that being said, y'all go to my 7th show, 1AAA podcast, number 7, number 07. I have an NFL implementation that can actually save lives. So if you don't see this in the NFL within 2 to 3 years, I say 1 year for testing. I don't even want a year for testing because somebody could actually die on a football field right before our very eyes. But if we don't implement this ideology or this innovation, this new safety technology into the NFL, somebody could die right there, prime time, right in front of us. But y'all go check out my video. It's 1AAA podcast, number 7, and one NFL safety implementation, and one NFL innovation. It's all explained in there. It's a great video. Y'all should check it out. And of course, we have to go. Have to bring Bart in here. His name is Terry, but I call him Bart. He says if I pay my retainer, I can call him Bart. He said I don't have to do that, but he wants me to timestamp that, then the possible plagiarism, so he can get him out of court. Save me billable hours, so I don't know what that means yet. But yeah, y'all go check that out. I don't even have 20 minutes to talk about sports. It's just damn near draconian to see what they do in a certain demographic in the NFL with the rule that they used only mostly against us. Percentage-wise, I wish somebody could crunch the numbers and see what demographic is more likely to be franchise tagged than any other. But if everything I'm saying is wrong and none of this makes sense, then you probably haven't looked at the facts. But there's no way I could be right and everybody else wrong, right? But if that is the case, then I employ every last one of these people that's getting franchise tagged to get a better manager, agent, assistant, whatever you want to call it. Get somebody who fights better for your plight. Because the caveat what people are leaving out in this situation is if you do not sign a franchise tag, you will not be allowed to play in the NFL. So yet again, in the freest country in the world, you do what I say do, or you cannot do what you love to do. It's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, if you don't give me a chance to pursue happiness with your company, I have to make my own company. But that's a whole nother show, whole nother podcast. I don't even like talking like that. I want this situation, this country, this constitution to work, minus discrimination. But if we can't have that, we got to collectivize our money and put something together that everybody wants to see. Us. But like I said, I won't even try to go to 20 minutes on that. Everybody, I'm going to make it 20 minutes. Everybody go out. Kids, get your parents' permission, but everybody should appreciate the medicinal use of CBD or marijuana because it will help your life. I am degreed. Your body actually has an endocannabinoid system that's actual receptors for THC or CBD, the active ingredients in marijuana. The medicinal aspects of marijuana. It helps with too many different things, but in my opinion, it helps with too many different things. Now, there's legal litigation that proves otherwise, but until we get those findings back, I can't speak loosely on what THC or CBD might cure. I can only guarantee it will help your life. Like I say, kids get parents' permission. Parents, if you're scared of the stigma of being yourself, jump on the freeway and go a few exits up and go to a CBD shop that can answer questions that I might pose or questions you might have in your head, because it's the solar connection that we as people have with the solar system that gives us an understanding that if you don't have, maybe you need to enlighten yourself on how to get it. With that being said, be yourself, do what you love to rise above the bull, and really look at what these sportscasters are saying about African American quarterbacks getting paid like they're supposed to. They damn near want them to jump through hoops to get the money that other people are getting just for being there. It ain't right, but it sounds about right. Now, with that being said, y'all have a good day. God bless.